Dear viewers, have you ever wondered what happened at the time of Dajjal's birth? Who were his parents? And were they truly human? You will be surprised to learn about some of his childhood behaviors that are beyond imagination. And did you know that one day the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, stood on the pulpit and said, "The day of judgment," 3 times. What was the reason behind this? Stay with us till the end of this video, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. The emergence of Dajjal is among the greatest signs of the hour. This is why every prophet of Allah warned their people about his deception. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Allah has not sent any prophet except that he warned his people about the one-eyed liar, Dajjal. Know that he is one-eyed, and your Lord is not one-eyed. Between his eyes will be written the word kafir, which every believer will be able to read. Dajjal will appear on earth for 40 days, attempting to mislead people from their faith." Regarding this, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The first day will be like a year. The second day will be like a month. The third day will be like a week. And the rest of his days will be like your normal days." Dajjal's birth was no ordinary event. According to narrations, his parents were childless for 30 years. They desperately longed for a child, but when their prayers were answered, they were given a son unlike any other. This child was born with a single eye, an eerie presence, and unnatural characteristics. His mother was a large woman with unusually long arms and a heavy build, while his father was thin, with long hair and a fleshy neck. His nose was described as resembling a bird's beak. From the moment of his birth, Dajjal exhibited strange behaviors. He drank very little milk, causing an excessive buildup in his mother's body. Some narrations state that this led to her death. His father, though disturbed by the child's unnatural nature, raised him on goat and cow milk. Dajjal was unlike other children. He would sleep constantly, rarely moving. His father often placed his ear on his chest, fearing he had died. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, described him saying, "His eyes sleep, but his heart never sleeps." Dajjal remained motionless for years, his ominous presence growing stronger, hinting at the great fitna he would one day bring upon the world. The physical appearance of Dajjal is unlike any human. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, described him in great detail so that the believers would recognize and reject him. Dajjal is a large and powerfully built man, but his features are distorted. His most striking characteristic is his eyes. One of them is completely blind, while the other protrudes like a swollen grape. Some narrations mention that his blind eye will be cloudy, while his other eye will have a greenish glow. Between his eyes, every true believer will see the word kafir written, even if they are illiterate. His complexion is described as reddish-white, and his hair is thick and coarse, like tangled snakes. He will walk with a heavy build, moving swiftly despite his monstrous frame. His scarred face will hold a constant menacing grin, deceiving those who see him. But the most disturbing feature of Dajjal is not his appearance, it is his claim. He will stand before the world and declare himself to be God. With his supernatural abilities and terrifying presence, many will fall into his deception. But those who remember the words of the Prophet, peace be upon him, will know the truth. Dajjal will travel across the world, spreading his deception and misguiding people with his false miracles. But there will be two places he will never be able to enter: Mecca and Medina. These sacred cities will be under the protection of angels, who will guard every entrance with drawn swords. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned that when Dajjal approaches Medina, he will stand upon Mount Uhud and gaze towards the city. He will then turn to his followers and say, "Do you see that white palace? That is the mosque of Muhammad." But despite his power, Dajjal will be unable to set foot inside the city. In his frustration, he will camp at a place called Zurf, just outside Medina. Then, by the will of Allah, a violent earthquake will shake the city 3 times. This earthquake will expel all the hypocrites and sinners who secretly resided within, forcing them to join Dajjal. This event will be a purification for Medina, cleansing it of those who harbored disbelief. It will be a day of great separation, where the true believers will remain safe under Allah's protection, while the weak-hearted will be exposed and lost forever. Dajjal will roam the earth, deceiving the weak and leading them astray. His power will be unmatched, and his followers will grow in number. But just when it seems like his reign of deception is unstoppable, Allah will send down his true Messiah, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, foretold that Isa, peace be upon him, will descend from the heavens in the eastern part of Damascus, near the white minaret. He will be dressed in 2 garments, lightly dyed with saffron, and his hair will appear wet, as if dripping with water. The believers will gather behind him, and he will lead them to the final confrontation against Dajjal. Dajjal, upon seeing Isa, peace be upon him, will begin to tremble in fear. He will attempt to escape, but he will be pursued and captured at a place called Lud in Palestine. There, Isa, peace be upon him, will strike him down and end his deception once and for all. With Dajjal destroyed, his followers will scatter, and the earth will finally be purified from his great trial. Truth will prevail, and justice will be restored. The emergence of Dajjal will mark the greatest trial ever faced by humanity. No test before or after will be as severe as his fitna. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned, from the time of Adam until the hour, there is no trial greater than that of Dajjal. Dajjal will come with miracles that will shake people's faith. He will make it rain on dry lands, causing crops to grow instantly. He will bring the dead back to life before people's eyes. He will command the earth to bring out its treasures, and gold and silver will rise from the ground like swarming bees. His power will appear limitless, and people will begin to believe in his false claim of divinity. But his miracles will be nothing more than deceptions. His paradise will be hell, and his hell will be paradise. Those who follow him will be lost forever. Only the true believers, those with strong faith and knowledge, will see through his lies. This trial will test every soul. The only protection will be steadfastness in faith, seeking refuge in Allah, and reciting Surah Al-Kahf. Those who prepare will be saved. Those who fall will be destroyed. The coming of Dajjal is not a story. It is a reality that every believer must prepare for. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, did not just mention Dajjal casually. He warned about him repeatedly. Every prophet before me warned his people about Dajjal, and I warn you as well. Dajjal's deception will be so powerful that even those with strong faith will be shaken. He will test the world like never before, and many will fall into his trap. He will claim to be God, He will perform miracles, and he will promise wealth, food, and security to those who follow him. But it will all be a lie. The Prophet, peace be upon him, instructed us to seek refuge in Allah, to stay away from Dajjal, and to memorize the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf. These verses will serve as a shield against his deception. The signs of his arrival are closer than ever. The world is being prepared for his fitna. The question is, are you ready? The time to strengthen your faith is now. Stay steadfast, hold on to the truth, never fall for the lie. The fitna of Dajjal is not a distant event. It is a test that could arrive in our lifetime. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, described his coming in terrifying detail, warning that his deception will be so great that even the strongest believers will be shaken. When Dajjal appears, there will be no neutrality. You will either stand with faith or fall into darkness. The only protection is to strengthen your iman now. The Prophet, peace be upon him, commanded us to recite Surah Al-Kahf, seek refuge in Allah, and stay far away from him. Ask yourself, if Dajjal were to appear today, would you recognize his deception? Would you be able to resist his promises of wealth, power, and security? Or would you be among those who are fooled? The signs of the end times are unfolding before our eyes. Now is the time to prepare. Strengthen your faith, increase your knowledge, and teach your family about this great trial. When the time comes, only those who truly believe in Allah alone will survive. Will you be among them, or will you fall? The choice is yours.